Hello and welcome back to Paul's Racing Channel and to the Ultimate Racing League. So this is race 2 then from round 1 from our League 3 Super Touring Car Championship. Let's get straight to this grid then for this second 15-minute race, all on the soft compound tyres for this one as well. So we should be lining up as the race 1 results, but for some reason it isn't. It's all a bit mixed up, it's a bit random on this one, so I'm not too sure what's happened there. But anyway, let's run through that grid then. So on pole position, we have Aussie, we have Brisbane in second, Bailey in third, Vex in fourth, Aaron in fifth, Smoky Tom in sixth, Phil Mack in seventh, Firepower in eighth, Woody in ninth, Sideways in 10th, Stealth 11th, Potsy 12th, Slowpoke 13th, Graham in 14th, and URL Max in 15th. Here we go then. There's those lights. Oh, long hold, and they're away. Aussie with his proper livery back on, by the looks of it here, for this race. As they come round turn 1, and Bailey, he's gone to a different one as well, so a few different liveries being chucked around here in his first round. All clean through there by the looks of it this time. No one going off to the left, no, all looks pretty good to me. Yep, all through. But look at this up the top, and actually Brisbane's got himself into the lead along with Bailey, who's come through second, so Aussie's just gone back to third. So Bailey, our winner of race 1, is up there again here in second position. Aussie there in third, and then Vex going up the inside of Aaron up the inside here. Can he make it stick? Well, it's going to be a drag race now along this, well, kind of back straight. No, Aaron's just got there, so Vex in 5th, Woody right behind him in 6th, so it's going to be a bit hairy scary through here. Woody's going to have to, don't want to go too far out there, because he's going to be on the grass. All good through there. Someone's off. Who was that? Didn't see. Oh, he's right at the back, there is it? Oh, it's Aaron, and he was right up there, wasn't he? Oh, unfortunate for him. All the way back to 15th for Aaron. So he was battling out there, wasn't he? Must have had an incident there, a bit of a touch going in as Brisbane, our leader, goes off as well. At turn 1, didn't he do that in race 1? Sure he did. Oh, actually, that wasn't turn 1, was it? Just after that, so we're a bit wide. So then Bailey is going to be right up the back of him now. He's going to go wide. Oh, I thought he was. And a sneak peek up the inside, but that would have been a hard move through there. Aussie still just about staying with him in third place. But it's Brisbane. And then Bailey. These two were up in that top battling in race 1, weren't they? So early doors in this championship, I think you'll be looking at these two certainly as maybe a couple of the favourites to go up or fight for the championship anyway, as Brisbane still sticks there. Bailey had a look, but still in first. Oh, and Oz goes onto the grass. Can he control it? He did well actually, considering he was coming towards that chicane at a rate of knots off of the circuit. Did well to get through without hitting anything. So Brisbane it is, Bailey second. So that's going to be going on, I think, for the remainder of this race. Aussie in third, Woody in fourth, Vex going with him in 5th place, and then Sideways up to 6th, Phil Mack in 7th, and Stealth in 8th place. So Stealth sticking with these lot actually, about there in the middle of the pack. If he can get himself up with those group ahead of him, he'll have a good chance, won't he? But this is that pack, as all Sideways only big on the grass there. Again, did well, Vex there in 5th place, with Woody just ahead of them. And then we've got the 3 leaders. I think the battle's still going on up top, is it? Yeah, still Brisbane and Bailey though. Couple of stabs of the brake there, going through the right hand up and then through the chicane. Oh, Brisbane runs wide a bit. I don't think he's cost him the position. No, it hasn't. But Bailey is right on him again now. I will go through the field in a second. Let's just see what happens here. as Bailey's looking comfortable in second place. Gonna let Brisbane do all the hard work and then see if he can do something a little bit later on in the race, maybe. So I was in third, Woody fourth, Vex in fifth, Phil Mack in sixth, Potsy seventh. Oh, and where's Stealth gone? He's disappeared from eighth because he was in eighth, wasn't he? It's eighth for Aaron. He's obviously had an off. Sideways in ninth, Firepower 10th, Graham in 11th, Yara Max in 12th, Smokey in 13th, Slowpoke 14th, and Stealth all the way back to 15th. So he's must be in turn one. It's got to have been. Oh, and there's a spinner. Is that Slowpoke? It is. And oh, almost into the long grass, and Firepower as well. Now there was obviously a touch there between them two, wasn't it? It's just going to wait. Slowpoke let Stealth go through, but what happened? I think Stealth was going to go past. Yeah, there was obviously a touch between Firepower and Slowpoke. Firepower was waiting for... No, it doesn't look like it, so maybe he was involved in Slowpoke's mistake then. Firepower then trying to attack Stealth here. Oh, very close to the edge there. Firepower now. How do we get through this chicane? Pretty steady through there. So chasing down Stealth and Slowpoke back there. So big off for him. Brisbane still leading it from Bailey though. M. Bailey. And you know, I think he's got a bit of reserve. M. Bailey. I feel that he's just sort of sitting there waiting, biding his time, just waiting for that moment that he can pounce. And looks like he's got a bit more pace in that Citroen. So we'll see. Might be wrong, obviously Brisbane. He's pretty quick as well. So we see him come through the chicane again. And that's the lap of Goodwood's pretty quick. Very quick, simple races. Aussie runs it wide at the chicane, which means Woody's going to have that momentum, but he's surely not going to attack him there at turn one. Nobody might get him along the back straight. Let's have a look now as Woody lines him up. Oh, bit of grass on the left. Yeah, he's right in there now. Surely he's going to be taking him at some point. Aussie will do all he can to defend. Oh, a little bit up the outside. Surely not round the outside there from Woody. Who's going to be latest at braking? Well, Aussie's not giving it to him. Oh, and that was a great move actually. A lot of respect there from them drivers. So Aussie just sits in, gets in behind Woody, so Woody up to third. Good driving from them. Oh, and he runs wide now, Woody, and he's going to come back again at him as Aussie. Yeah, gets head back, so third again from Aussie. So Woody the fourth. So a little switch back there. I think he just ran a little bit wide, didn't he, Woody? And then Vexman after that, in fifth place. Oh, look at these two, still going for it. Aussie's not letting have it. Yeah, clean through there. Gets quite a good drive out there, does Aussie as well. So Vex in fifth, as I say, Phil Mack in sixth. Potsy and Aaron. Now Aaron attacking Potsy, Aaron, remember. He was off and look where he is already, up in the seventh. So, going to pass Potsy here up the inside. Good move at turn one. Obviously had that drive out of that final chicane to get up alongside Potsy, make that pass stick. Just let it flow through that right hander. Now a little dab of the brakes, maybe a drop down the gear there, and the left hander, and then through into this double kind of, I'll say hairpin, sort of double right hander. Now it's full power at the back into that last tricky little sector. Sideways in ninth. A pretty quiet race for him this time. Graham in 10th. On his own a little bit there, Graham. There's Max in 11th, so a better showing here than in race 1. Maybe just started to get used to everything now, is Max. See how he does. He gets through this chicane here nicely. Stealth. It's up to 12th then, so he's made up a couple of spots. What's happened to Firepower? Well, he's got half a second penalty, but he's dropping back, isn't he? Back to 13th now. So has there been another something happening? Because Slowpoke's the 14th for Smoky Tom is all the way back to last. So I reckon there's been another incident somewhere. Maybe that's why Firepower got that penalty. Who knows? Brisbane now has got away from M. Bailey, and that's quite a big gap, really, considering that's probably the biggest, well, it is the biggest that we've had in this race so far between the leaders. So just as I was saying, it looked like Bailey had a bit more pace, and he was just biding his time in second. Looks like I was completely wrong. Oh, I thought we were going to lose it there, Brisbane. Brisbane's obviously turned up the heat a little bit, and decided he's got to pull the pin and go for it. 10 minutes in then, so 2/3 through this second race. Then Bailey, of course, the winner of race 1, so I don't suppose he'd be too worried if he did finish second. It's good points there for the first couple of races, wouldn't it, of round 1. And a big gap back to Woody, who's up to 3rd, Aussie 4th, Vex 5th, Phil Mack in 6th, Aaron in 7th, Potsy in 8th. Just like that, they're all coming through shot now. Woody, Aussie, Vex, Phil Mack, Aaron. Now Aussie attacking Woody again. These two are going for it still, aren't they? Woody's obviously on the same again. Now, can Aussie do exactly the same move? No, not this time. Woody was wise to it, and he didn't go quite as wide as he did the previous lap. "11 minutes in now, coming at the closing stages of this race 2. It's pretty good through the chicane so far, isn't it, in these first couple of races? No one's really had any problem with it. I haven't really seen anybody clatter it. It's quite easily done through there. It seems like they've got that under control. Or Graham, well, maybe not Graham, but just ran a bit wide there, Graham, in 10th place. But still pretty clean through there, I've got to say. There's Max in 11th, Stealth still in 12th. Well, we've got to be going back to this battle, as Aussie just dropped off the back a little bit off of Woody. And then these three are still battling it out. Oh, Phil Mack going up the inside of Vex. Now that was a little bit of a touch, and Aaron's taken advantage of it. Gone up the inside. Oh, and who's gone out? And that's Vex. Well, he was the one. Yellow flags are out. He was kind of shuffled out to the outside of that right-hander. It was kind of three aside going through there, and unfortunately he came off worse. Just ran it, just got, well, I'm not going to say got pushed out there because I didn't see the incident, but just looked like there was a little bit of a touch there maybe. So, a bit of bad luck there for Vex. Phil's got through to 5th, Aaron 6th, Sideways 7th. Can't see anyone waiting if that was a touch from anybody. I know Aaron was involved, but I don't think it was him. He was up the inside, wasn't he? Of both of them. He got himself, sort of the gap opened. So maybe it was kind of between him, Phil and Vex, wasn't it? As I say, it was through a side, through there. The camera couldn't quite pick up the moment the touch took place. If there was a touch. But whatever happened, Vex found himself facing the wrong way in the sandpit. So there might be one for the stewards to look at post-race there. into the final minute now of this second race. And our leader, Brisbane. Looks like he could be victorious here in race 2. This will be the final lap as well. But it's really between these two, hasn't it? Here, they've left the rest behind. They're certainly the ones that look like they've got the pace at the moment. So I think, as I say, the final standings in the championship in 8 weeks' time, I think these two drivers' names might be somewhere near the top. Early days, of course, as we watch Brisbane come through now. Congratulations to take victory here in race 2. Well done. So Brisbane is the winner. M. Bailey with a good second place after his victory in race 1. Woody will get that third place. In Nat Sylvia. Aussie in 4th place. Just didn't have quite enough in the end to get Woody, did he? Phil will get that 5th place. Aaron in 6th. Sideways George will come in 7th place. Vex will finish in 8th after he's off. With Potsy not far behind in 9th. And then we've got Graham coming through in 10th place. URL Max in 11th. Stealth in 12th. Slowpoke 13th. Smokey in 14th. And Firepower, who finished in 15th place there in race 2. So there's your race 2. Join me for the 30-minute race 3 soon, and I'll see you then.